right, guys, we're here. Second episode of Stand&BANG podcast. Subscribe. You know what to do. Let's get right into it. Big MMA news. MMA, political, it's everywhere right now.
Rajah Jackson assaulting Syko Stu, the wrestler.
Ridiculous. Honestly, it was deplorable what Rajah did. If you guys don't know, I assume all of you would know. Let's just give a little brief overview of the situation.
So essentially, Rajah Jackson, son of Rampage Jackson, went to a live wrestling event. Like WWE, but not like WWE, but not WWE exactly. And he encounters a wrestler named Syko Stu.
With his streaming crew with the cameras and everything.
So Syko Stu, he makes a mistake and admits to it. He accidentally assumed that Rajah was there
to be part of the show,
So naturally, Syko's in character, kind of smacks him a little bit, not really with a prop beer can, right? Assuming he's in character,
cracks it over his head.
You hear him in the video.
Doesn't do any harm.
He
to
goes,
Rajah.
"Are you gonna sell it?" Like he keeps being like, "Yeah, are you gonna sell it?" Like you hear him say it. Rajah has no idea what he's talking about. Is mad. They're arguing, and then after there's a video of them making up. He's
I'm sorry, bro. And then Rajah literally says, "Nah, bro, I get it. I understand." And they dap up, and we're like, everything's good. Video comes. The event is happening, and
Rajah.
The promoters told him he could to settle the beef in the ring, but obviously, it's pro wrestling. It's staged, right? They told Rajah, maybe slam him and then just raise your hands in victory or whatever they told him to do.
Obviously all fake though. However, during the event, you hear Rajah, he's on stream getting rage baited by his chat like a child.
Like a 12-year-old.
And he's getting mad, he's getting worked up, and he starts literally premeditating an assault or attempted murder on Syko Stu. And you hear him being like, "Man, I'm going to slam him and then I'm going to just get in as many shots as possible, blah, blah, blah," trying to put on a big tough guy act. Then he hops in the ring, picks him up over his head, slams him down. He's out. You see he's out right away.
He's out cold.
Then starts throwing strike after strike, all unanswered. You see him going ham.
22 unanswered strikes before someone pulled him. Before the braided wrestler, literally saved Syko Stu's life.
Yeah, there was multiple wrestlers in there trying to stop him.
Yeah.
The ref kind of standing there not really knowing what to do, because he probably thought it was staged at first, and obviously there's a shock factor. I don't really blame the ref.
I think the ref could, the second you see the guy out cold, and once 5 unanswered blows goes in there, you're not going to step in, maybe try to stop it, but then it's a weird situation.
Yeah. At the end of the day, too, it's fake wrestling. It's not going to be like a real referee.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying. As a normal person, they should step in, but also what do you really do? Do you want next?
Boom! Rajah Jackson knocks him out too.
But then Rajah gets pulled off. That's where the video ends after the scuffle.
Yeah,
And then he leaves. Then there's a video, I'll put it in here, of Rajah getting a call from someone named Andre. I think it was either the promoter or someone that told him to settle the beef, fake. And he tells Rajah, "Yo, he is flatlined in the ring right now. He is not woken up." And Rajah goes, "My bad."
What a sick, disgusting human being.
And then shortly after, he's like, "Oh, I'll call you later," and then hangs up. And he's just huffing and puffing
"I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit, man." Dude, you're not gonna. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I hope you go to prison for a long time.
There are people though, and what happens horrible. There are people trying to defend Rajah's actions, which I think is absurd.
We actually got a comment on our Twitter post that said "Free Rajah." Ridiculous.
Could be bait. But there are people defending his actions, which I think is absurd. It's ridiculous and childish behavior. But then there are also people using this as an excuse to just be openly racist, which I don't know why people are trying to make this about race in defending or opposing Raja.
I mean, there should be no one opposing him. If it was the white dude that did it, it'd be the same thing.
At the end of the day, what happened. This is quite literally like premeditated murder, at the very least premeditated assault.
I mean, if no one was there, he would have killed Syko Stu.
No, exactly.
Like, he wouldn't have stopped. He would have done like 20 more unanswered strikes, and Syko Stu probably wouldn't have woke up. We got a report, the other wrestlers in the event made a video, and we're talking about Syko Stu's condition. Most of his teeth were gone. The brain swelling finally went down, but he had brain swelling. He couldn't remember what happened that night.
He's luckily awake, alive,
Yeah, he's
and well right
good,
now.
thank God. Prayers out to his family, everyone. Prayers or whatever you guys do. But Syko Stu should sue the shit. First of all, because the promoters were telling all the other wrestlers, don't talk to the police. Let us handle this. Like, no one talks to the police. Like, this is our situation. We handle it, right? Stu should sue the promoters and Raja, and I hope Raja goes to prison for what he did, and I hope Stu gets a shit ton of money.
Dude, like, doing this to a veteran, like
a veteran with PTSD who's doing this because it helps him cope with the PTSD, and like it gave him a real purpose.
Like, I felt horrible already watching the video. I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. And then I saw the video talking about like what kind of a guy Stu is, and that's just horrible.
Like,
dude.
no matter your
That's just
political
horrible.
belief, like, he fought, he had PTSD, like, he fought for the country. And, I mean, no matter your political belief on the country, he was a brave dude. He was a good dude. He didn't deserve what happened to him. Especially because, like, he already has PTSD. Like, what's going to happen in this situation? You just got almost killed by some random streamer in the crowd that you settled your beef with. You shook hands. Ross said, we're good. Then you get rage baited by your chat by 15-year-olds into assaulting a veteran. And I hope you go to prison for like 45 years. I do want to talk about the reactions of certain individuals.
Sean Strickland.
And Chael Sonnen.
I'm a big Chael fan. But we can't be shilling out like this. We can't be shilling out.
I know the young man. I know the young man Raja. And he's been nothing but like level-headed and respectful to me. And I don't think he did this out of anger at the start. Like, what are you talking about?
Dude, I think it's even worse if he did this not angry. Imagine he goes in there, he's not getting rage baited. Like, you're telling me you go in with a calm head and try to kill this guy?
That means he's a psychopath.
We need a mental evaluation on Raja Jackson, if that's the case.
He has the brain capacity of a 12-year-old to be rage baited by your chat into assaulting and almost killing a man. But Chael's reaction, saying it's a wildly complicated situation. And when he was talking about it, he's like, honestly, Syko Stu, if he press charges, like, his career's over. His wrestling career's over. He looked straight in the camera. I'm like, it felt like he was trying to say, don't you press charges, Stu. You don't play in this community. Right? And I'm like, Chael, you're an MMA fighter. We, as MMA fans, we winced at Bobby Green versus Jalen Turner for going on too long. Jorge Masvidal, unnecessary follow-up strikes against Ben Askren. Those are 2 strikes from an out-cold opponent. This is 22 unanswered blows. And Chael's like, I don't know if he has we don't know if he's injured or not. You take 22 unanswered blows to your unconscious body, you're injured.
I don't know. Chael Sonnen is the gangster from West Flint, Oregon, so...
Not a gangster, apparently. A gangster would never stand for this. A real gangster. Also want to talk about Sean Strickland, who also says Raja Jackson shouldn't go to jail. Because he didn't go to jail for doing stuff, and he became a better person. If he did go to jail, he would have killed someone. Strickland, the only reason you're not in jail is because you're an MMA fighter.
You didn't go to jail. Look at where that got you, bro.
And you're talking about how you went to anger management classes.
Clearly, it didn't fucking work. Clearly, it didn't work.
You jumping in the ring because some guy did the crotch thing at you after you knocked out your teammate. Like, I get it, that sucks, and you can be angry about it, but don't jump in the cage like a moron. Just absolute moron. Yeah, I hope Raja Jackson goes to prison.
I hope so too. I think what he did is absurd.
Absurd.
I've
Like
said it like countless times.
I don't
now.
like MMA fans. Like we watch knockouts, right? We're like, oh shit.
This
No,
wasn't that.
This wasn't like it's not funny to joke about. It was frightening to watch. It was disgusting.
Like this isn't one of those ones where you stand up and you're like, holy shit. This is where you are watching in silence and just being like,
like you put the hand over the mouth, like shit, man. What the fuck? I mean, I honestly, if you want my opinion on what's gonna happen, I don't think really anything's gonna happen to Raja unless Stu presses charges. I really hope he does, and because Chael was also saying, you know, this can all go away if Stu just says that it was part of the performance. And I'm like, Chael, what are you trying to say there?
why is he talking like a mafia boss?
It's gonna all go away.
You know, I really hope that we could come to an agreement, you and I. You know how my boys in Westland, Oregon get down. You know, this could all go away if it was just an accident, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about?
There is a GoFundMe or some sort of fundme page for Syko Stu.
I can link it.
Yeah, I think you should link it. You know, all donations are appreciated to his family. You know, prayers out for Syko Stu. I think it's maybe let's get into other more.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving to more happier, you know, invaded topics. Maybe we'll talk about let's talk about Johnny Walker, Min Yang Zhang. You know, Johnny Walker's. People forget, man. Johnny Walker was a marauder.
Johnny Walker, he's always like he just lost Dana a lot of money. he
Dude, China needed Min Yang Zhang for the market. For the UFC needed Min Yang Zhang for the Chinese market.
Yeah, of course. And Johnny Walker, like he will go out there and lose in like dumb ways, and then pull out the most random wins.
Like he
was set up to fail.
I thought Min Yang Zhang was going to KO him in the first round very easily. I thought it was going to be pretty easy. We didn't make predictions of the fight, unfortunately. Didn't have time. Last pod, we ended the last pod a little short. But honestly, I thought Min Yang Zhang was going to go out there and KO in the first, right?
Put belt to ass.
Then first you see Johnny Walker turn into Johnny Magomedov, shooting like 7 takedowns in the first round. Second round, 2 nice calf kicks, 2 leg kicks. I don't remember fully. You know, it's like 4 a.m. for us. We're watching it.
Oh my God.
2 leg kicks land. Dude, Min Yang Zhang's done. The leg's done. He takes a lot of unanswered blows. Mark Goddard should have stepped in before he did.
You know, I actually heard someone talking about where they had Mark Goddard for that fight because they expected Zhang to win. So he would have like stepped in a little early.
I think they wanted
some conspiracy, some MMA conspiracy.
Yeah, some conspiracy is that Mark Goddard, who usually steps in very early, stepped in very late because the UFC told them that they wanted every opportunity to give Min Yang Zhang a chance to survive. Not saying the UFC would do that.
I don't know how I feel about
I don't think that's true. Obviously, I'm just saying the opinions of what people are saying.
You know, we're not boxing.
Yeah, we're not boxing. We're not. Take the fall. We're not. Oh God, boxing. Don't even get me started with boxing. Also on the card, Aljamain Sterling, Brian Ortega. Pretty uneventful fight. Is okay striking match. Aljamain Sterling had like 1 good spinning elbow, but for it being a 5-round fight, pretty boring. Yeah. I thought the grappling exchanges would be a little more, you know, like because they're both really good at grapplers. I thought it'd be a little more exchange heavy on the ground, but it really wasn't. You
know, actually, Brian Ortega missed weight.
Yeah, I
know you were aware, but
yes, Brian Ortega did miss weight.
Whereas Brian Battle just recently
got cut. Thank the Lord
for missing weight.
Unprofessional. You deserve to get cut. You don't miss twice in 2 different weight classes in a row. And I think people were comparing it to Charles Oliveira didn't get cut. Different time. Brian Battle was unprofessional. He said he missed calls from Dana and Hunter or the UFC that could have maybe not resulted in his release, but I think he's fighting at BKFC or something.
BKFC is going to have a great champion.
Maybe not BK. You know? He's fighting something really soon. Actually, he's fighting somewhere really soon. I think it's some sort of boxing match. I'm not even sure.
Let's hope he makes.
This weekend. Oh, I forgot we have to talk about this weekend. Tony Ferguson versus Salt Poppy. we're talking about Tony Ferguson versus Salt Poppy.
What do you think? What are your thoughts? You think Tony's gonna get his first win in how many years?
Dope.
Jake right here, he's a big Tony fan.
No.
Big Tony Coper. I love Tony Ferguson. Hated to see how he went out. What do you think? You think he has that against Salt Poppy?
I think Salt Poppy's going to KO Tony Ferguson. I think Salt Poppy's actually not that bad of a boxer, like for YouTube boxing standards. And Tony Ferguson's a very unconventional, to say the least, style on the feet. He can't do his little punches.
Pocket sand.
He can't do his little punches to the leg. But he does have a nice sweep and calf kick. But very open. Very open on the feet, very susceptible to shots. Uppercuts in particular have been a problem for Tony Ferguson. Sad to see him go out like this from the boogeyman of the division that could have beat Khabib to probably getting KO'd by Salt Poppy. I will be cheering for Tony Ferguson, of course. I hope we all are as MMA fans, but
I am too. You know, I actually lost my parlay because I had Tony going to the BKFC after the UFC rather than YouTube boxing. I was hoping he wouldn't go that route.
But Mike Perry would have KO'd him at BKFC anyway. Mike Perry,
Platinum Mike Perry,
like the guy that outstruck MVP at BKFC.
Big Mike Perry fan.
Yeah, big Mike Perry fan. That's all. Just get a moment of silence for Tony Ferguson, and let's all pray that he can win this weekend. Other fights, other announcements, Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Dolidze. I'm mixed on this fight because it's, of course, a great fight for a title shot, obviously. De Ridder, been on a tear, beat Robert Whittaker. Could be a problem for Hamza, I was saying in our last podcast. I think he's one of the guys that could actually be a problem for that, pardon my French, crotch-sniffing loser. Or wrestler, great wrestler, Hamzat Chimaev, but Anthony Hernandez actually does fun wrestling, guys. But I would have gone a different route. I think Reinier de Ridder should have fought someone else, maybe like Israel Adesanya. And I think Anthony Hernandez should have fought someone else as well. And
Israel Adesanya should fight, period, but that's another story.
Yeah, maybe he should just retire at this point in his career. I thought it would be nice to have an Imavov Baralho, a Reinier de Ridder, and Anthony Hernandez all having a deserving title shot so we could have some contenders in the division. Not kind of Xing one out because whoever wins this fight, the other one's obviously not going to get a title shot. But it's a good fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm early predictions probably going to pick Reinier de Ridder to win.
I'm probably going to do the same.
But we'll see. We'll make a prediction when closer to the fights. I think it's in Ontario, Canada, or somewhere in Canada. It's gonna be a great fight, and we got some other stuff to talk about as well. You have anything you want to talk about?
Let me take a look at the list here that we got. We're very professional this time. Oliveira versus Fiziev.
Oh yeah.
I am a big Oliveira fan. The way that Jake is a Tony fan, I personally am an Oliveira fan. Recently got my heart broken against
terrible managerial decision.
But
to first start off, terrible managerial decision by Oliveira's manager. He just got flatline KO'd for the first time in his career. Why are you returning him, I think, 3 months later against Rafael Fiziev?
Because of the Ilia Topuria effect. Look at what happened for everyone else that recently lost to Ilia Topuria. They went and they won their next fight.
Well, what does beating Fiziev do for Charles Oliveira?
Gets another win under his belt.
All that to fight Max Holloway and lose?
I didn't hear anything about him fighting Max Holloway. Are you serious?
That's what I assume would happen if he wins, just because, like, BMF belt, you know.
Oh, fuck the BMF. No, we're not talking about that.
The BMF belt.
Fuck the BMF belt. I hate it. I hate it more than anything. It is such a shill out. Like, it is.
We don't have a title fight for this card. Let me put the BMF belt in the title at the top of this card so we have a title fight.
I love Max Holloway. I think he is a badass motherfucker. But you know who the real baddest motherfucker is?
Ilya
The
Topuria.
champion of your division.
Also, if you the BMF belt's clearly not lineal because it should actually be sure it should be JDM's in one division and it should be Ilya's in another. Because he beat Holloway, he should have the BMF belt, Ilya.
Yeah, if there is a BMF belt, shouldn't there be one in each division? It doesn't make sense.
It makes no logical sense.
It never correlated in my brain because I was thinking, I'm like, well, okay.
The original one, right? Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. They got The Rock to do it. It was seen as a one-time thing, right? And I was like, okay,
That's fine.
It's still a little. What the fuck are we doing? But cool. Now you're doing it to not have title fights on pay-per-views. It's stupid.
Because the way that I thought about it, right, is, okay, Max has the BMF belt right now. Say he ends up getting another title shot, loses.
Well, Dana said they put the BMF belts on the line this time. If they were to get another title shot. I just want to say that.
Okay, good. Because I think, personally, shouldn't the BMF belt be on the line every time he fights?
Yeah, I agree.
What makes it okay, it counts for this fight. It sounds like a little kid, right? You're on the playground, you're making games, right? You're fighting, right? And it's like, I use a fireball. Well, my guy's secretly a mage, so your fireball doesn't work on my guy because fire doesn't work on my guy. It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work. It's. I love the UFC, but it's a stupid belt, and I think it shouldn't exist. If it's gonna exist, make it lineal. Make it every fight. Whoever has it has to defend it. Or if you want to put it up whenever you want, make it so. When Max got a title shot,
conditions have to be met.
When Ilya got a title shot against Max, when Max got a title shot against Ilya, it should have been on the line, obviously. But who knows? More back into Oliveira Fiziev.
Sidetrack.
How do we think that fight's gonna go?
I think Oliveira is going to have a great submission on Fiziev in round 2.
Round 2 submission, but I think Oliveira might just go for what he did against Michael Chandler and just kind of the position of grappling him and do a decision. But
so you have Oliveira winning.
Probably, I think breaking into the top 5 at lightweight is not an easy task. Asked Fiziev twice against Justin Gaethje. Do I think Fiziev could flatline KO Oliveira? Yes, but Fiziev doesn't really do that ever. When was the last time Fiziev badly dropped someone? Prediction, Fiziev versus Oliveira, who you got?
I think Oliveira is going to get a great submission in round 2 against Fiziev.
Very interesting. Continue.
I will admit, I am a biased Oliveira fan. On Oliveira fights, don't believe what I say. Typically, take what Jake says. You'll think
I was wrong. I picked Beneil Dariush to beat Oliveira.
I picked Oliveira to beat Beneil Dariush, but I bet my hair. If Oliveira lost that fight, I was gonna have to bleach my hair. So, of course, I'm taking Oliveira. Realistically, I do think he can win this. Against Topuria, I was a lot of it. I was jokingly coping to Jake.
Not even jokingly coping.
Okay, I was coping, but
Illuminado.
I do think that Oliveira is gonna be able to pull through with a submission here. I could see it going to decision, but
Fiziev's a crafty vet, man. Big meaty hooks, man.
People forget, man.
The calf kick of Rafael Fiziev. But no, I think I also will pick Charles Oliveira, probably by decision. Fiziev doesn't really finish anyone anymore, and Oliveira finishes people, but kind of not really anymore. The last 2 fights, he got finished and finished.
Not Chandler recently, no.
My problem is I'm looking at Michael Chandler, and I'm like, you went to decision with Michael Chandler, and then Patty Pimblett kind of destroyed Michael Chandler. Way worse than you did.
What's next for Michael Chandler, really? Connor's never coming back.
No, we don't even talk about that. Everyone knows that coked up loser's not coming back. What's next for Michael Chandler? That's a good question. Maybe Forestier, unranked fighter, but I don't think Michael Chandler's going to take a fight against an up-and-comer. He took 1 fight against Patty Pimblett, but he lost. I think you should. Honestly, Michael Chandler should retire, but if he doesn't want to,
I see him becoming one of those gatekeepers to the top 15.
The winner of Benoit Mauricio Rufy, maybe. And then it's probably gonna be Mauricio Huffy. Just want to say that, Benoit, your time has come. And that's gonna annoy one particular person who's a very big fan of French people. Benoit's time has come, buddy. But besides the point, maybe the winner there. I know he wants to get in the White House card, but if that card even happens, he better be on the prelims. That's all I gotta say. Do you want to get into GOAT list? I want to get into big GOAT list.
That's a hot topic.
The GOAT list. You know, let's start off. Let's go. Let's go in order.
I don't have. I mean, like, Demetrius Johnson.
Is your number one? Is that your number one?
It's not John Jones. I think personally, if you were caught on steroids during what's supposedly
The prime of your career. So.
the prime of your career,
Like when you were finishing DC and all that, destroying people.
Where DC takes a fight he didn't have to take against you, you choose not to take a fight against Tom Aspinall.
Everyone knows most people have the same stance on the situation, except a certain group of John Jones fans.
Don't think that John Jones deserves to be called the greatest of all time. I don't think he is the greatest of all time. I don't think anyone should consider John Jones as the greatest of all time.
Actually, Dana White, John Jones is the greatest of all time. Give me a job.
We're shilling out right now.
Dana, give us a job.
Make us the next Nina drama. Here we are. We're making a
Let's
video.
sniff Alex Pereira's feet next video.
We're making a video. Alex Pereira, what is your top 10 favorite fast food restaurants to have after a win?
That actually sounds pretty accurate. That sounds pretty accurate. But getting back to the Demetrius Johnson at one, what would you have people say that Demetrius Johnson's, kind of was in a weak era? Had 12 title defenses against some pretty weak competition. People would say, I wouldn't say that. But.
I was about to say, I don't think his competition was very weak. I think, I think at the end of the day, doing what Demetrius Johnson did to that division just to be kind of fucked over is really sad.
On career went fine after leaving the UFC though. UFC.
And he's still doing good. He's still
podcast with the MMA guru.
I think that's sick.
Podcast.
I think that's sick.
He's been big on YouTube.
He's been a lot of people are now actually people that didn't know about Demetrius Johnson.
I don't agree with everything Demetrius Johnson says, but I think Demetrius Johnson is probably my third.
I think he's a great dude. On top of that,
I'm saying some of his MMA takes, like his Hamzat take, that it wasn't a boring fight.
Oh no, yeah, of course. You could disagree with someone and still.
I love Demetrius Johnson though. Would love a collab. I also want to talk. I have Demetrius Johnson. I think somewhere around 3.
That's fair. Who do you have at 1 and 2 though?
I have GSP at 1. I think, and I think unfortunately, even though he's on steroids in the prime of his career, you can't diminish what John Jones did before, even when he wasn't doing that. I think I do have John Jones at 2. I'm at 3. You want to shift him down below DJ because of the steroids. One guy I have very absent from my top 10 of the GOATs.
Do you have
Anderson Silva? You're done, buddy. We're done with the 90s. Congratulations, you emoted your way to victory and doing nothing over Damian Maia. You beat a bunch of cans, only good wins being like Vitor Belfort and those type of wins. Most people he was such a destroyer in his prime. He lost 7 fights in a row at the end of his career. That still counts to something, people. He's not even the greatest middleweight of all time. Adesanya has better wins than he does.
Something I've noticed actually with fighters like Anderson Silva, where people like to play a game where they're like, well, he's my GOAT. And then you point out their losses, and they're like, well, it's at the end of his career. You don't...
GSP didn't have those losses at the end of his career.
You don't pick and choose what counts to your record. Depending on, if you make the choice to prolong your career by taking these losses and fighting when you really should have retired already, that still counts to your career.
I agree. And if you're my GOAT was just based off prime, skill, prime, like the peak of their powers, then Conor should be in your top 10. Then Ilia Topuria should be in your top 10.
Charles Oliveira's my GOAT if you count everything before his fight with Islam Makhachev. Don't count anything
No,
after
they get
that.
featherweight. Just as UFC 12 fight or like 10 fight, 8 fight win streak at lightweight.
You know, like, if you only look at that, because that's his prime. That's his prime. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of the lightweight division.
Also, beating bum-ass Forrest Griffin by KO. I matrixed him. Great performance, dude. Forrest Griffin would get slumped by Azamat Mirzakhanov in a minute. He'd get slumped by Yuri Prohaska in a minute. He'd get slumped by Alonzo Manyfield in a minute, dude. It's not that impressive.
You know, throw him in today's MMA, you're just gonna, like, he's just gonna be like another, like,
Forrest
MVP.
Griffin,
Just emoting and
Anderson Silva, he would lose to more people than MVP would, though. I think MVP's a better striker than Anderson
no,
Silva.
I'm not saying he would be MVP, but I'm
MVP,
saying
yeah.
he'd be in a similar position where you're just kind of like emoting and not really doing much else.
Like someone like Anthony Hernandez would fuck Anderson Silva up. But like I get it, different areas of force fighters evolve. You gotta take what they did in there into account back then. That's why like 7 losses then in your career.
Not my GOAT.
We're done.
Not my GOAT.
We're done. Strength. I think I'm more of a resume-based guy for my GOAT lists, as I think it matters a lot. That's why I think I have Ilya Topuria maybe around the 11 to 12, maybe even that 10 spot. Max Holloway's in there as well. Volk, I think I have at 4, maybe 5, maybe. Khabib's at like 9.
I don't like him.
Congratulations, you beat Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. Only 3 good ones you have in your entire career. You went a decision against Ally Aquinta for the title. 29-0 undefeated. If you stayed in the UFC, Charles Oliveira would have subbed your bitch ass. That's besides the point. I don't know if that would have happened. But Islam's better than Khabib anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. The Khabib fans have someone new to Glaze anyway, so.
Oh, you know, speaking of old people, old Glazers, the best heavyweight of all time. Oh, what was that? Fedor Emelianenko. Like, bro, we're done. He's fat. He would lose to Marcin Tybura, bro. Marcin Tybura victim, Fedor Emelianenko.
I like how you threw in that. He's fat.
They're all fat. Most of them are fat. Like, no offense. Like, honestly, if you're watching this and you're 6'4" and athletic and weigh around 230 pounds, congratulations, you could be a top 15 ranked heavyweight fighter. Speaking of heavyweight fighters, Sergey Pavlovich. Decision merchant now.
What happened?
What happened to the Aura Merchant? 6 KOs in round 1. Monster Marauder. You got flatlined by Aspinall. Then destroyed by Volkov. Decision merchant Darzinho Rosenstrike. Decision merchant Waldo Cortez Acosta. You should be KOing Waldo Cortez Acosta on Darzinho Rosenstrike because you used to have Aura. You are now an auraless bum. I don't know who you're going to fight next. Maybe Curtis Blades. I hope Curtis Blades sits you on your ass and beats the fuck out of you. You beat Curtis Blades already, though. Maybe they do the rematch.
That's what I use for my GOAT list. My GOAT list is based off of Aura and Aura alone.
Ilya Topuria is number 1. Conor number 2. No.
John Jones is number 3. Hamza Chimaev. So much aura. It's overflowing.
I do want to talk about, there's rumors, I'm not saying this is confirmed or it's not confirmed, but Zhang Wei Li will be moving up to fight Valentina Shevchenko.
I think that'd be awesome.
I think it's, the one women's title fight we have a year. They fight once a year. Once every year and a half, women's fight. When's the last time you saw a women's title fight?
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
Zhang Wei Li versus Tatiana Suarez in February.
You're right, though.
They never fight. They never fight. But that's going to happen. It's going to be a sick fight. Hopefully they're going to stack. Probably put in
I love Zhang Wei Li.
Yeah, MSG is probably where I think they're going to put it. Maybe do 3 title fights for the first time in 45 numbered pay-per-views. But the thing we got to talk about, everyone's fan favorite, Mackenzie Dern, is going to get a title shot versus Vinya Jandiroba.
We actually have a good friend, Daniel Hoffman, who's a
big Mackenzie Dern fan.
He loves Mackenzie Dern.
Shout out to Daniel Hoffman. Big Mackenzie Dern fan. I'm a big Mackenzie Dern fan. I think that might be the most watched women's title fight of all time. People love Mackenzie Dern, man. They really do.
People love Mackenzie Dern.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna get into that.
I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna also insult her appearance either. It would be very rude and unsightly. We'll move past that, but I do think it's actually. I think Gina Randaroba is gonna destroy Mackenzie Dern if she doesn't. My God, the sport makes no sense.
Yeah, genuinely though, you never know. You never know.
You never know. Jamaica goes out there and KOs her in round 1. Who the fuck knows? I do want to get into other fights that were made. We're a little ways away. I just want to get our initial breakdowns of reactions to Gane versus Aspinall.
That's a tough one because I love Gane.
Next week, watch out for our UFC Paris picks. Next week.
Will be coming soon. I love Cyril Gane.
Friend of the pod, actually.
I love Tom Aspinall. That's a tough one.
That's
like a really tough one. That's going to be a hard fight for Gane.
I think Cyril Gane actually I think he's going to make it harder than people think he's going to make it.
Yeah, I
think he kind of has a difficult style matchup for Tom Aspinall, the movement, the leg kicks. But I do think Tom's going to catch him or sub him.
We have heard he's been working on his grappling.
With Shamil Gaziev! Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my God, Tom Aspinall's kicked. Shamil got gone by whatever he wants, guys. I forgot.
If you know, you know.
The Blob Ghazi has been traded. I forgot.
If you know, you know.
I forgot, guys. I forgot. But on a serious note, because everything with Shamil is serious, but on a different note, I do think. I do think Tom Aspinall is probably going to get that victory by second round submission or KO. I do think it's going to go into the second round, and I do think John Jones fans are going to be like, we beat Gane faster, proves that we didn't even need to fight Tom Aspinall. So hopefully Tom just KOs him in the first 45 seconds. Cyril, we love you. We'd love to have you on the pod. Still, just want to say, you're still a friend of the pod. Predictions are predictions.
It's tough for me too. I don't know what I have him winning by. I do have Tom winning. But it's tough because we also haven't. Gane hasn't fought in a minute, too.
He robbed Volkov his last fight, you remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they're like, we're going to treat Volkov really well. Give him Jailton Almeida. Thank you, UFC. Great treatment of Alexander Volkov.
So I am going to take Tom because of inactivity by Gane. Like, I don't have much to go off of right now. I don't know if he's been, like, consistently training. I don't know if he's been focusing more on acting. Like, it's too much of a toss-up.
Yeah, and hopefully, when that fight comes, I think it's around October 25th, a couple months away, maybe we can get Cyril Gane on the pod to talk about it before. But who knows? Maybe a Zoom call. Who knows?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
But, yeah, I'm going to have to take Tom. I do want to go into something you said, though, about John Jones fans and what they would say if Tom wins.
In a less impressive way than John Jones.
round 2.
In round 2 or round 3. Or maybe, God forbid, decision merchants.
I think one of the worst archetypes of men nowadays are John Jones fans.
I think that's true.
I think only second to... No. Actually, no. I'd put them at number 1. Second to them, Khabib Nurmagomedov fans. I think that's
Arman Tsarukyan has an 80% chance of beating Ilia Topuria.
I think those two, not just MMA fans, I think those are some of the worst archetypes of men up there with, like, serial killers.
You heard it here first, folks.
I think, like, serial killers are worse, but, like, John Jones fans are...
They're up there. They're up there.
Second.
No, they're up there. I'm not going to lie. They're up there.
Like, I can't stand it. I genuinely can't stand it.
But, Adam, John Jones developed a spinning back kick at 35.
No, I'm gonna have to bleep that. I'm gonna have to bleep what you said. Yeah, I'm bleeping that too. Like the UFC is listening. Like
He's listening.
We can't have that in there.
We love Joe Rogan.
But yeah, John Jones fans, worst humans of all time. No, not of all time, but. They're up there. No, they're up there. I think they're up there with, like...
Yeah. You heard it here first. My co-host Adam's opinion on John Jones fans. I do want to also get into Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev 2. That's going to be taking place, I think, also in October, early October. What do we think about that? Who do we think's got that?
I want to take Pereira.
As do I, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I really want to take Pereira. But Ankalaev, he literally, he just has what Pereira lacks.
The problem is he didn't even out-grapple Pereira in the last fight. Pereira looked so timid and scared of the takedown that he couldn't get his hands going, and the leg kicks weren't working well. And Big Ink, was tagging him up.
Like I think Pereira could win this. I think it's honestly like just that first fight between the two of them. Like you said, he's very timid. If he goes in there more confident, then we could see a different fight.
If he goes in there more confident and then tries to overthrow and gets taken down by Magomed Ankalaev, it's really a tough matchup for him. I'm probably going to take Magomed Ankalaev to win by decision again. I do think that card's going to have 2 decisions in the 2 title fights, with Merab also decisioning Corey Sandhagen. People forget, man, Merab decisions everyone.
I'm gonna take Ankalaev by sheer antithesis and type advantage. Like this is like a bad Pokemon matchup.
True.
Like we got a Charmander going in there against a Squirtle.
Hopefully Pereira just gets his aura back and KO's been round 1.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if we're going by
Shum.
If we're going by aura goat status, then I might actually have Alex Pereira at 1 off of sheer aura farming.
Shum.
Alex Pereira.
Alex Pereira fans are also up there in that top 5 worst human beings of all time.
Alex Pereira by Stonehead emoji.
But Adam, he made Nina Drama sniff his foot. He doesn't know where anymore.
Is this something new? Is it like the Drake effect, the Nina Drama effect?
It's the Nina Drama effect. The only person to outdo the Nina Drama effect was Tom Aspinall saying,
"What would it take?"
I've been fingered by him, Mayfire. What would it take? I mean, it was sorry. I had to really recreate the sin.
What would it take?
What would it take? Okay, moving on.
All right, moving on now. I want to talk about how awful the questions the media have been asking, how bad the promotion's been recently for the UFC. You know, we've got people.
Take of this.
Yeah, third take of this. We've got Nina Drama, which is just like
Nina Drama. Alex Pereira, what's your favorite fast food restaurant? Like, we're done. Making Alex Pereira, not making, but sniffing Alex Pereira's foot. Weird. You're a weirdo.
No, and like that's fine and all, but like I hate this like gooner bait ass.
Yes.
Fucking.
We want actual questions and real, like, in depth with the fighters. Why didn't the UFC do like boxing face to faces? You know.
Dude, I don't get it anymore. Like there are like at the press conferences like the same questions every time.
Dana,
did you train for this fight? You're facing a grappler. Did you?
What's the game
practice
plan?
your jiu-jitsu? What's your game plan? Now, you know, I know you're facing a heavy striker. Are you going to shoot for the takedown? Yeah.
Dana.
Yeah, you are?
Dana.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
Dana, when are you going back to Chicago? We're done.
Hey, Dana, welcome back to Vancouver. How do you feel?
How do you feel? Why are we wasting questions on this? And also, like, one of the stuff I got really mad about, Renato Moicano versus Benil Dariush at a press conference. They had one interaction with each other where it was getting heavy. Like it was like it was like nice jibber jabber, like actually good entertainment, right?
Jibber jabber.
Yeah. They didn't ask him another question the entire rest of the press conference. Like, what are you doing? Sell the fights. You know, promotion, terrible UFC. Get me, I will promote it for you. It's not hard.
Please hire me. Please hire me. No, but like I don't get it. Like nowadays, boxing
has great promotion.
Great promotion just for the fights to be made.
I mean, it's like that one.
A lot
it was
of
like
them, not all of them.
It was like the lightweight or something round robin with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and like Kombucha. It was like a whole thing. It was really sick promoted as well. Round robin, they were all sat down with each other and they all talked and like all the trash talked. Why? Let's do that. Why for Dricus Du Plessis versus Hamza Chimaev did we not have like a face to face?
It would have been beef. Especially with someone like Dricus Du Plessis, whose trash talk has just been so great. You know, all for it to end up the way it did. But
I mean, there wasn't much trash talk with the Hamzat fight because Hamzat was respectful.
But I'm saying like someone like Dricus would have done great in something
or
like
that. Or
that.
like an Israel Adesanya Sean Strickland 2 face off. Let's get that going.
Or like before they even fought, when Sean Strickland was talking shit with about Izzy with Pereira, having like a three-way, like, okay. Having like a sit down with all of them would have been sick, even though Pereira doesn't really talk much. I get it
Sure.
when there is a language barrier, why they wouldn't do that.
But like, when two people like have beef speak the same language, get them in a face off, like a boxing sit down where they ask questions and they start getting like heated. You know, the one time they usually used to have really good promotion when they did a whole world tour for Conor versus Aldo. Went to like they went like so many different places, so many press conferences.
They just got like fucking how much money?
$7.7 billion Paramount deal.
Bring it back right now.
UFC. I need you to be on it from now on. I want that. I want some fire promotion. I want press conferences. I want stacked cards. I want everything UFC.
I want good questions from the fucking media, bro. How hard is it to be like with someone like a press conference with like when Israel Adesanya and
I'm leaving frozen.
Drickus,
like Elsa.
And Drickus. Like you literally just ask how Drickus has been
Drickus already made him cry though.
That's true, but I'm saying like something like that where you address the beef.
The good thing was that Drickus can make it entertaining, like saying, "What is like? I'm the underdog.
No
Who's
one
that
brought up a dog, bro. Calm down.
Bro.
Like that was great. That was great.
Need more people like him in the UFC. Let's get some promotion. Like, if Islam versus JDM is made for November, that's a super fight. Islam's going up to take a fight. There's been crickets about it. First of all, announce fights earlier, give him enough time to get promotion, and said, Dana, I love you, but why are you promoting Crawford versus Canelo instead of your own fights and not having a pay-per-view in September because Canelo versus Crawford's happening in September? Why are we doing this? That's not your company. You're not managing that fight. You're doing more promotion for Canelo versus Crawford on the UFC broadcast than you're doing with the UFC. It's ridiculous. Maybe I want to get into the new UFC Jiu-Jitsu League.
I think that's awesome.
I think it's awesome.
I think that it's awesome that they implemented this. I think it's great for the casual fans too to get more into grappling. You know, there are a lot of people.
It's entertaining grappling too. I liked it.
There's an example of entertaining grappling. Khamzat Chimaev. Like that. Like I hate, when we go live, they will be on the ground for a half a second, whole stadium starts booing.
Yeah.
And it will be entertaining grappling in front of their face. Whole stadium starts booing.
I don't like the perception of grappling that the fans have. I'm glad it can, maybe this jiu-jitsu thing.
It'll open doors.
It will open doors, And one person that I personally I'm not a fan of, Gordon Ryan, I'm glad he's banned from the UFC jiu-jitsu thing. He's a steroided
I was about to say, when your whole thing is having like 15 needles in each arm, like of course you're banned.
Yeah.
Of course you're banned.
Guy I really actually like is Craig Jones. I think Craig Jones is great, and I think Craig Jones, the beef with Gordon Ryan is very nice. And if they wanted Gordon Ryan to go in, he should go against Craig Jones. But I don't think Craig Jones is going to do the UFC jiu-jitsu stuff. But I think the UFC jiu-jitsu opens a lot of doors. I think it's really entertaining, and honestly, it's so much better than the Ultimate Fighter. I had so much more fun watching it than the Ultimate Fighter.
I miss good Ultimate Fighter.
Chael versus Team DC versus Team Chael wasn't the worst of the most recent new seasons. I like bringing back older people, like making actually entertaining coaches. I love Volk, but Volk versus Ortega wasn't it. I think didn't they do was it Grasso Shevchenko was one maybe? Why would you ever do that?
That's not a pull at all.
The whole point of the Ultimate Fighter is to have like two big names that don't like each other.
I used to go back and watch old Ultimate Fighter seasons. Like one that I thought was sick was when they had Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. I thought that was a sick season.
Those are the Rampage season where he broke the door,
Like the older seasons, I don't know if it's just
McGregor Faber was sick.
I don't know if it's just because they're older, so they did things like differently, like where like I really like it rather than the new ones. Like I remember, I think one of the more recent, not too recent, is like when they did Connor and Chandler. Like I
wasn't the worst thing ever.
It wasn't the worst, but it was just also like
because Connor was there was funny, but also all Connor's fighters lost.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. It's just they need. I think either scrap altogether. I think you either scrap the Ultimate Fighter, or you make some sort of rework to it.
Major reboot.
Because like, why wouldn't we just watch Dana White's Contender Series? It's been a banger. It was a banger yesterday. It's been a banger the entire time it's been been a thing. We've had champions come out of it. It's always fun, usually, but it's just like it's a way better model than the Ultimate Fighter, and I think we really got to revamp the Ultimate Fighter for it to continue to be successful, because it was the reason the UFC stayed alive. People forget. People forget, man. The Ultimate Fighter saved the UFC.
Yeah, I'd far rather them keep it than scrap it, but I do think it needs like a major
rework, sort, something internally.
Re-release.
Yeah, re-release. I think on that note, that will end our second episode of the pod.
Yeah.
Clips will be posted. Our Twitter, our Instagram, our TikTok will be linked. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, share to everyone you know. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna post a video podcast episode next week, going over UFC Paris and all that. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya.
See you soon.